and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Lost somewhere in central Midtown extremities of the Neon Mall area. So I know exactly where I am, but you'd be very, very lost if you found yourself on one of these back roads. So perhaps you should keep watching that a little bit longer as Mr. Paul circumnavigates Paphos and takes you with him. We're going to take a left and we're going to head to one of the busiest streets in downtown Paphos. And I'm going to name one or two of the businesses along the route. If you want a bit of insurance, there you go. Costas Matteo. He's a broker for Cosmos Insurance. Quite a nice gentleman, speaks very, very good English indeed, and quite competitive with his prices. If you fancy a bit of bread and a bit of world cuisine, well, Papa Antonio, the bakery, is just over there, and they do make some of the greatest takeaway food. And believe it or not, especially when watching Rosina Booth his way, Marika, pretty much every day I go there and get 2 portions of something. Like, what did I buy today? Souvlaki chicken with roast potatoes and some chicken la creme. So that's chicken in like a creamy sauce with mushrooms with some rice. And the portions are absolutely ginormous. It'll feed myself and my bigger, younger brother all day long. What did I pay? 12 euros, so that's not bad. Much cheaper than going to McDonald's, and probably that little bit more healthy. So one of these days, I'll make a little video of me going in there and choosing that food, and I'll take you on that journey with me. Let's take a left and let's head down towards the rear end of the Paphos Courts district. Closed today, obviously, because it's well after lunchtime, so they only open in the morning, and then they like to finish by about 1 o'clock because, well, what am I lying there? 12:30, because you've got to go for lunch. Lunch is very, very important in Cyprus, in particular in Paphos. I don't know anybody who doesn't go for lunch, and that includes the mayor, but he does start very, very early. You'll often see him drive around his black Mercedes around about 6:30 in the morning. You know it's him because he's always parked the wrong way on double yellow lines or chevrons, just up from a busy traffic light, across to a school and a busy junction. But hey, he's the mayor, and he does happen to be the greatest mayor in the world, by the way. He's in his 3rd term of office, so that must tell you something. He must be doing a good job. We've met him quite a few times, and he seems to me to be a gentleman, and his wife is an absolute angel. There's no doubt about that. So we're heading down towards the courts, and then we'll wiggle and we'll waggle through central Paphos, cusping and clipping the old town, and we're going to work our way down to the downtown Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. So if you do like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness as I take you on my travels in and around Paphos. I think we'll go to the right so you can get a nice view of Kennedy Square. That's the start of the old town, by the way. Lots of bars, lots of restaurants, and lots of specialist gift shops in there, and lots of artists that work very, very hard to make something special and unique, especially for you guys. So if you are staying in Paphos, most people are staying in around Paphos, aren't they? So it's a trek of about 20 minutes on foot. Make sure you've got some lubrications at this time of year because it can be quite warm. On the way back down, you can roll down the hill, so it's much faster and you don't need quite so much lubrications. Ooh, that's a big inundation in the road, isn't it, Sir Marcus? Look at that. Inulations everywhere, by the way. Trying to drive nice and carefully and wiggle past the loose manhole covers, and then you get smacked into a big pothole. You end up having to buy yourself a new front wheel and front suspension. Anyway, rant over, Lord Andy. What's going on here? Oh no, not another road that's closed. Now I can't read Greek and don't know what the road names are, so I haven't got a clue. So we're going to go left because that's where everyone else is going, and we're going to go and see what's going on. That's the Bank of Cyprus in front of us, by the way, and that's the head office in Paphos, and that's where I've got my bank account. But unfortunately, I haven't got any money. Whenever I go in there, they always say to me, "Listen, Mr. Paul, you owe us money." And I say, "Why do I owe you money?" And they said, "Because we charge you €6.95 per month, and there's never any money in your account, so you're overdrawn." So, on that note, why not go and gift us a coffee or two on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. Why not Google these magic words? Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me, Buy Me a Coffee. Either way, up will come our landing page. You can choose to read that little bit more about us, and of course a comment or two, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, you will consider to gift us that coffee or two to help us keep driving around making these videos, especially for you. And of course you can also join us as a superstar member of the Buy Me a Coffee platform, starting off at only €10 a month. And I'd like to thank one or two people that take that extra bit of trouble to keep us afloat. If your name is Lady Kerry and there's a Lord Tony in your life in downtown Cornwall, thank you very, very much indeed. Again in downtown Cornwall, if your name is Duke Phil. There's a girl in life called Duchess Sharon. We thank you very, very much indeed from the bottom of our two hearts. If you're in downtown South Wales and you happen to be a mountain man, that's our Lord Lee, and of course his honeymoon girl, the girl known as Lady Vicky, and of course Princess Layla. We thank you from the bottom of our two hearts. If your name is Lord Julian and there's another honeymoon bride in your life called Lady Bridget, we thank you from the bottom of our two hearts for your continued support of the little channel known as Marika and me. Lots of building works going on here and everywhere in Paphos. The town is absolutely booming, by the way, and we keep winning award after award. Quite recently now, we've won the greatest small city in the European Union. So if you're looking for a great place to come for a holiday, or perhaps even the rest of your life, Paphos should be at the very, very top of your list. And talking about the European Union, there are two great friends of ours. They watch the channel quite regularly. At the moment they're in downtown south of France, that's Nice, but they've bought a house in Paphos, and it's not just any house, it's a spectacular house, by the way. It really, really is. Anyway, they're in downtown Nice tying up some paperwork and bits and bobs, but they have relocated to Paphos for the rest of their lives. Who am I talking about? The man known as Sir Ronaldo, and of course his French beauty, Lady Sylvie, and I'm pretty sure he'll be grabbing her by the hand, getting on a big bird and jetting into Paphos very, very soon indeed. And we'll be waiting for you in the downtown Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. Now, if there's somewhere that you'd like me to go, drop it into the comments, and I promise you, if it's possible, that video will be coming very, very soon indeed, especially for you. Perhaps if there's an apartment complex that you're thinking about staying at, perhaps there's a hotel, you're not quite sure where it is, you drop it in those comments. Mr. Paul will go and have a look and do a drive-by and promises no shooting unless it's really, really bad. And I'll guide you from there to where perhaps you may want to go, like downtown Paphos. The main events, as we call it, the promenade and the harbour area, the most popular part of Paphos. Whether you're a foreigner or whether you're a local or an expat that lives here, pretty sure that the place you want to go at least once is the downtown Paphos promenade and harbour area. Perhaps if your name is Sam and Mark of the Coleman from downtown in Paya. Well, they live in Paya, they love Paya, yeah, but once a week they get into a big bird, well, probably a taxi, and get down to downtown Paphos Promenade, sup on a pint or two, perhaps at the wooden pub, and I've seen them once or twice hanging out in Steve's bar in the Paphos Harbour. So there you go. Everybody wants to get down to the downtown Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. And in fact, there's a man in a black S-Class right in front of me, and he is heading down to the downtown Paphos Promenade. How do I know that? Because he is my great mate, and he is Marinos, the guy that hangs out outside the Pelican restaurant. My little mate, known as the gangster with the cheapest shoes in the world, is slowly but surely heading down to work at the Pelican restaurant in the Paphos Harbour. Now, if you're looking for Marika and me, more often than not, we're strutting our stuff up and down the Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. And of course, after filming, you're going to find us sitting in the Pelican restaurant in the rear of house, as we call it. So not sitting in the main restaurant area. What's going on here? And apparently I'm the one that's in the wrong. She's now mouthing off at me. But there we go. This is life when you're driving around. In particular, in Paphos, Cyprus. It's a society of me, and a little bit more me. And luckily for me, my name is Me. If you're wondering where Masochi Gwasila Booth is, perhaps if you missed an episode or two, she's in downtown Tbilisi, gone for a bit of a holiday, a vacation, gone to see her mum and gone to see some family members, but don't worry, she'll be back on camera on the 25th of June. Hugging and kissing, dancing and prancing, especially for you. I wonder if the gangsters noticed yet that Mr. Paul is behind him. Probably not, because he probably pontificating on what he's going to have to eat in the Pelican restaurant after he's finished his shift. But there is something nice about a black S-Class, isn't it? It reminds me of mine. The Jag, if you're curious to know, will be coming back online very, very soon indeed, and in a year or two I'll go treat myself to another S-Class, but I'll be getting a much newer one. Well, subject to you guys obviously continuing to watch the little YouTube channel known as Marika and Me. If you want to know what's new coming to the channel, well, there's a brand new website under construction. 3 to 4 weeks that will be online. You'll be able to find out a bit more about Marika and myself, and of course a bit more about Paphos, the restaurants, the bars up and down the Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. And on top of all of that, there'll be competitions galore. You'll have the opportunity to win tickets for the Ocean Vision, a whole day to downtown Paphos. Yes, you heard me correctly. Your flights, your transfer, luxury 7-night stay in a resort in downtown Paphos, and on top of all of that, I will give you €1,000 if you come and find me in the Pelican restaurant. On top of that, you'll have an opportunity to win a whole day to the Marika and Me mansion, which is coming online in the summer of next year. And of course, on top of all of that, we'll be blowing your kisses and hugs, that's for sure. We also are going to go live on the last Saturday of this month, which of course is June, and hopefully that will work out well and we'll be able to transmit it quite nicely, hopefully subject to internet and bandwidth. If it works out, we'll be doing it every single Saturday, and on the live events we'll be doing giveaways, anything from a Mediterranean sea sponge, a cigar, tickets on the glass bottom boat, and you never know, maybe even a couple of tickets for the Ocean Vision Super Cruiser. Bottles of perfume, you name it, the businesses are going to give it to us and we are going to give it to you. All you'll have to do is chip in with a comment. If it tickles us, we'll write your name on a piece of paper, put you into the tombola, and we'll get someone, or perhaps the most beautiful woman in the world, Masochi Gwasila out of the booth, to pull the lucky winners out of the tombola, which of course has been gifted us by our superstar friends in downtown Nantwich. That's our lady Jessica, my mates, and her partner in Her Crimes, Lord of the Simon, and of course Princess Meghan, and my little mates, who's going to be that little for a little bit longer yet, so I can say pretty much whatever I want. That's my mates, Gangster Max. I'm going to take you to the edge of the blue Mediterranean Sea and say thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again very soon indeed. There's another man with a black S-Class parking up, and of course that is the man who owns the Pelican restaurant, our man Lord Andros, who likes to smoke a cigar or two. One final big shout out to a man who likes a cigar. His name is Baron von Cigar. Lord Martin, hopefully you've recovered from your little adventure in downtown Benidorm, and hopefully Lady Victoria is hugging you and cuddling you rather than punching you. There it is, Paphos Castle, the brand new sunset viewpoint, and of course the blue Mediterranean Sea. Thanks for watching. I look forward to your company again very soon indeed.